Welcome back. We're at the Pelican Golf Club in Bel Air, and we've moved to the short game area for our next shot. We're gonna help you stop making unforced errors around the green by working on your pitch shots. We've got a couple different flags here, so I've got a flag at 10 yards and 20 yards away from me. If you have really high expectations from a spot like this off the green, let me tell you to leave those behind. The best players in the world are only hitting it to about 4 feet from the fairway to this 10-yard pin and about 6 feet to a 20-yard pin. So if you're expecting to get this in gimme range every time, let's forget about that and let's just start getting them on the green, giving yourself an opportunity for an up and down. So one of the analogies I love to use with people that I teach is cornhole for our pitch shot. So this is a higher trajectory shot, but we're gonna talk about how to control your trajectory to hit it a little bit higher or maybe a little bit lower around the green, which is gonna help you get more up and downs from a spot like this. So I've got my Florida Gators cornhole board here. My sister is a proud Gator, so go Gators, and she plays golf there. So we're honoring them. But one of the things that's really helpful when you're hitting these shots around the green is the feeling of throwing a beanbag into a cornhole board. So when you do that, if I did it from my golf stance, of course, if I was really playing, I'm super competitive, so I love cornhole. If I was really playing, I would be facing the board when I was throwing, but we're gonna do it from our golf stance. And when we swing back, there's a lot of body movement and a lot of body pivot happening back and through this type of shot, which helps you make good, consistent ground contact, not chunking the wedge into the ground, especially off of a tight lie. Other things that you'll notice, my right palm's gonna face the sky at the end, more so if I need that to go higher. So if I'm trying to dunk this into the hole, which I'm gonna do here in a second, I'm gonna have that nice body pivot and my palm is very much facing the sky at the end. So let's go ahead and throw one. Ooh, almost dunked it on the first try. Now, if I was gonna throw a little bit of a lower one, maybe I had that bag stop just short of the hole there and I'm gonna try and knock it in. I'm sure many of you have experienced that when playing. So there we go, awesome. So the trajectory is a little bit lower if my palm stays facing the target a bit versus facing the sky more. But on both shots, I've got a really nice pivot with my chest and my hips through the shot. So let's grab our Adam's Idea wedge here and actually hit a few. So let's see what it feels like if I really channel my cornhole shot here. We're gonna go to the short flag first. So again, our expectation here is, and this is tour player expectations, is about 4 feet. So if we got it within 4 to 8 feet of the flag, that would be excellent here. Now, if I hold the wedge in just my right hand and really simulate what it felt like when I was throwing the beanbag into the cornhole board, we're gonna do the same thing here. So my feet are nice and close. I'm gonna use the bounce so the club is sitting nice and straight up and down on the ground. Hands are not really far in front of the golf ball. And we're just gonna make a nice easy swing. Lots of chest turn, chest and hips facing where I'm hitting at the end. And we get that nice high trajectory, which is what we're looking for. Now, if I try and hit it maybe a little bit lower, we had my right palm facing the target a little bit longer when I was throwing that beanbag lower to try and knock the other one in. We can have that same sort of feel here, same finish. And the ball comes out just a little bit lower. So this is a really great way to control trajectory around the green, is picturing what that right hand would be doing if you were trying to throw a cornhole bag or a bean bag into the cornhole board. So I love this drill, I love this analogy. I've got a couple students who even call this the cornhole shot when they get here on the golf course, which I love. So this is a great one to put in the bag, a great feel you could take to the golf course immediately that's gonna help you make more up and downs. Now, another drill that I love to use here, which is great for controlling your tempo and your trajectory, is a recoil drill. So a lot of people end up adding way too much speed through these shots, a lot of dragging the handle through. And especially when you've got a tight lie like we have here, it's very easy to let the wedge dig too much into the ground, or maybe we add too much speed and handle drag, and then we realize, uh-oh, we're gonna stab it in the ground, and we back out of the shot, which equals a lot of those balls shooting way out across the green, and missing the green from here is a huge unforced error for so many of you. So we've got to get the ball on the green, end of story from here. This is a great way to work on it as well. So what I'm gonna do for my recoil drill, swing back and through, and I'm gonna come right back to where I started, behind the golf ball after I've hit it. This promotes really nice soft hands and arms, not too much acceleration through the shot, and a lot of really great contact. So back, through, and come back. So you'll have to have very soft hands on the club and soft arms when you do this. Almost picture like you've got spaghetti arms when you're doing this drill, but it's a great way to work on your contact on these shots. So as you can see, you get that nice high trajectory. My tempo is excellent when I'm doing this. Let's hit one more. And it's really actually pretty tricky to do. You've got to have, again, that really nice slow and soft tempo here, soft hands and arms. It's great for when you're out on the golf course. Maybe do your practice swings like this when you are on the course or when you're practicing. It's a great way to be really good at these shots. So for this last drill, I'm gonna walk over and grab a couple of extra special golf balls from my bag here, and we're sticking with the Gators theme. I've got my blue and orange golf ball here. This is a great way to really understand what it feels like to use the bounce properly. So I'm gonna put these golf balls fairly close to each other. And if I use the bounce properly, which is this back part of the golf club here, versus having the leading edge digging a lot into the ground, I should be able to have my contact with the ground be shallow enough where I'm almost sweeping the ground for a longer period of time, that I can actually hit both of these golf balls as I go through the impact zone here. So if I make a few practice swings, my goal is to feel the back side of the club, that bounce of the club, hitting the ground. You can see I've got a lot of body pivot happening here. Still feeling that right palm facing the sky, which is going to add to helping you use the bounce and better trajectory shots here. So I'm setting up to the back golf ball, and I'm going to actually hit both of them. So as you can see, when we use the bounce properly, you can successfully hit both of those golf balls, which were a few inches apart on the ground, and you're going to have more control over your trajectory into the green, and you're gonna make more up and down, so we can shoot lower scores when you're out there, stopping those unforced errors. So let's recap what we talked about here. If I hit, we're gonna go to the 20-yard flag now, a nice medium trajectory pitch shot. I'm going back, pivoting my body through the shot. I've got my right palm facing the sky a bit, which is going to help the ball go a little bit more up in the air, higher trajectory, stopping more quickly when it hits the ground. I'm trying to get it maybe at best to 6 feet. That was our goal for what a tour player might do. So that was nice and high. We got a tiny bit of rollout. I would take that every time. That's a couple feet from the hole. Even better than PGA Tour quality. So when you are on the golf course or practicing, manage your expectations and do a great job with your body rotation so that we can stop unforced errors from spots like this to make the next shot your best shot.